Business can be incredibly boring. It's not all exciting. And I think the reason why I like the consultancy side of things is because it is the excitement.
Georgia Jasmine, founder of Georgia Jasmine Consultancy, helps women coaches and brands scale to six figures while building communities that thrive. As the creator of Bear on the Skin, she empowers women to shine with confidence inside and out.
If you want Bear to succeed, consultancy might have to go down.
I think that's how a lot of entrepreneurs start. They start by just taking a risk on themselves and thinking, right, no one's taught me how to do this.
You've got this business and now it's about scaling it. What was your ambition for it?
I say this all the time. When you're dancing, if you fall down, if you forget the moves, you've got to carry on. Like, the show must go on. And that's very much the same in business. Like, the cost of success is embarrassment.
Your beautiful hearing aids look like the most coolest earrings ever. So tell me about what happened.
I feel like when I first found out, I had a bit of an identity crisis. I wasn't even thinking about the hearing aids at this point. I was just thinking, what am I actually going to do?
What's one piece of business advice you'd give a younger self?
I think...
Georgia Jasmine, how are you? You are
I'm good.
Business consultant, motivational speaker, and fabulous entrepreneur. So you didn't just wake up like that.
No.
How did you get to where you are today?
That's a really good question. I feel as though my mum really shaped who I am today. Single parent background. And I watched my mum runs a charity, so I watched my mum build that from the ground up. And you can't be something that you haven't seen, right? And my mum massively inspired me to be whoever I wanted to be, go for whatever I want to go for. So from a very young age, I danced, and my mum said to me, I struggled in school, and my mum said to me, look, if you get A to C in your GCSEs, you can leave and you can go and dance professionally, you can go to vocational dance school. So worked really hard with the help of my teachers, got A to C, and I left and I went to the Hammond in Chester. Now, I truly believe that dancing has played such a huge part in my success. I mean, one of the main things is confidence. And I say this all the time. When you're dancing, if you fall down, if your costume flies off, if you forget the moves, you've got to carry on. Like, the show must go on. And that's very much the same in business. Like, the cost of success is embarrassment, isn't it? So, like, you just have to get used to it. But confidence, learning confidence from a very young age. Also, resilience, being resilient. Being told you're not good enough. Being told you're not good enough day after day until you are good enough. And then I say, oh, well done, and rejection therapy. So many things. I went off to dance professionally, danced around the world, and then I lost my job. And because I didn't go to university and I took the unconventional route and decided, right, I want to go dance, it kind of left me in a position where I was like, what am I going to do? Like, what actually am I going to do? And fast forward, go back a couple of years, I had suffered with my own skin and was blending natural ingredients together in my mum's kitchen, and they worked for me. So I'll park that. I've lost my job now. And I thought, what on earth am I going to do? And my mum came into my bedroom, my childhood bedroom, and she said to me, Georgia, I was scrolling on my phone. She said, Georgia, if you don't make money off that, you're silly. Like, you're spending all day scrolling on this phone. You can reach the world. You need to make money off it. So I was thinking, actually, you know what? You're right. Like, that's so true. Wasting time scrolling when you can be making money building something.
Yeah.
So those very same creams that I had blended together in my mum's kitchen, I was like, I'm going to sell them. See what happens. I opened up a Shopify account, opened up an Instagram account, put them on the Shopify account, did all the branding. We call it branding. It wasn't branding. It was just me and Canva.
The logo.
And put them on the Shopify account, and they sold. And I thought, oh my goodness, okay. Like, they sold and they were getting good reviews. I was thinking, right, okay, what else can I do? What else can I make, right? And to be honest, looking back, I probably came up with far too many inventions, far too many recipes. But when I did scale it back and strip it back and got proper marketing done, proper branding, invested in my website, etc., it started to gain a lot of media attention. We've been featured in Vanity Fair, British GQ, Health and Wellbeing magazine. We had a 6-week ad campaign on ITVB, which was amazing. But all of that came from being tenacious, not being afraid of people saying, what on earth is she doing? I thought she was a dancer. And watching my mum. Like, my mum has honestly massively shaped who I am today. She's just, being a single parent is not easy. And the upbringing that I had from a single parent, I'm like, well, if you can do that, like, what can I do, you know?
Yeah. What was the name of the brand again?
Bare for the skin.
Bare. B-A-R-E.
B-A-R.
B-A-R.
B-A-R-E for the skin.
For the skin.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, have I seen this around? I feel like I have.
If you go on Instagram, because our website's actually being redone right now.
Yeah. Do you still own the business?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah. Okay. So you've now, that's your entrepreneurial spark. You've got this business and now it's about scaling it. And, you know, what was your ambition for it?
It's funny because I never wanted to run a skincare brand. Do you know, it was accidental.
Yeah, you just wanted to monetize your time.
It was accidental. I didn't sit down and think. And people ask me this all the time. Like,
was it a burning inside you? No, it wasn't. I just wanted to do something. I didn't know what it was going to be. Yeah.
It wasn't. And even now with the business, it's like I am so passionate about, and this is where we get onto the consultancy side of things, I'm so passionate about helping others, and particularly other women, especially other women who've been through like financial hardship, because around that time, obviously, I was broke, universal credit, like skint. And to see other women in that position and be able to give them the fire and the fuel and the knowledge that would cost them, you know, thousands and thousands of pounds, I'm like, that's my passion and my calling. So that leads me on to Fierce Females Club in the consultancy. So throughout all that stage, obviously I've been dancing around the world, and all of my friends are from like Australia, America. Like, I didn't have friends in the UK because I was never here. So when I did end up back here, I realised, oh my goodness, I don't have a friendship circle and I'm rather lonely. And at the beginning of 2024, I, again, said to my mum, I was like, I'm doing something about this. Like, I'm sick of feeling like I don't have girlfriends. And not because I didn't want girlfriends, just because I was never here. So I messaged 50 women on Instagram who I thought, oh, I resonate with you, or I like your opinion on that, or whatever, and invited them to a dinner in Manchester. And I was like, oh, if no one comes, like, it's fine. Like, at least I tried. But all 50 women showed up, and it sparked the start of an incredible community. And I think that's where my passion for, like, helping others and seeing women succeed and female empowerment came from, because all 50 women in that space, whether they owned a business, whether they were, you know, climbing the corporate ladder, maybe they're self-employed, all of them had one thing in common: loneliness and this feeling of like, I haven't found my people. So I decided, right, I'm going to take this seriously. Like, if 50 women can show up just from a message, what could I do if I, you know, really put my mind to it and did some real outreach? And we hosted what is now our annual International Women's Day event, Walk in Power, at Menagerie in Manchester. And that saw 150 to 200 women, all there because they want to meet like-minded girls. Off the back of that, a lot of the girls were like, oh my God, Georgia, we've seen you running this business. Like, how do we do it? We want to do it as well. So it's like, oh, okay, I'll help you. And at the time I was helping people for like £20, like literally just helping. And I saw girls go from like working in the NHS to running their own private therapy business. Like, I saw women who stylists who had gone from being super underconfident and not really believing in what they had to offer to putting themselves out there. And I just thought, actually, Georgia, you're really good at this. You are very, very good at this.
You're like the ultimate hype girl.
Yeah, you're very good at this. You should do this. And that's exactly what I did. Now, I didn't anticipate Georgia Jasmine Consultancy to grow to what it has. I mean, I've worked with some incredible brands that I'm like, wow, that is really
Can you name a few?
Oh, can I?
I think you can. Why not?
Yeah, I've worked with The Girl Spot, Natalie Barnett, The Girl Spot. I've worked with the Serenity Lab. I've worked with some really exciting businesses and really big build outs from the ground up. And doing that made me realize my potential. Because remember, I started just winging it in my mum's kitchen, right? And I think that's how a lot of entrepreneurs start. They start by just taking a risk on themselves and thinking, right, no one's taught me how to do this. I haven't gone to school to learn how to do this. I'm just going to give it a go. So now to be able to guide such incredible women and see such incredible businesses grow, it really does fill me with such a big sense of purpose. And that's why I say that Bear kind of was the catalyst for where I am now. Is it my legacy business? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I've got more in me. But it sparked that entrepreneurial spirit and gave me the tools that I needed to be able to do what I do today.
Yeah. Yeah. And the problem is, or it's a blessing, but also an issue, is when you are the business, how do you scale it? You can't. You've only got so many hours in the day, haven't you? And so it hits the ceiling. And also, in order for you to earn money, you have to show up.
Exactly.
I mean, I learned this, a few years ago, and I was like, yeah, not doing that anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to run retreats, and I used to be like, it used to take so much out of me to earn not that very much when it came to the end of it. And I was like, right, I need to be making money in my sleep. Yes. That's essentially what you got to do. So that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? Which is why I run a D2C e-commerce business.
Absolutely.
But, so I think it's brilliant. But if you are like that true entrepreneur, and I know you are, I can see it a mile away, I'm sure you'll end up going, you still own Bare for Skin. Yeah. So, so that still takes over as well. Yeah. And you're doing your consultancy. Yeah. And I suppose that's brilliant because you're in the thick of it. You're walking the walk. You're doing the things that you're not telling anyone that you wouldn't do yourself in the business.
Absolutely.
That comes with a different level of, expertise.
Absolutely. And I completely agree with you. Like, I'm very much in the middle of that right now with Georgia Jasmine Consultancy, where I'm like, there's only so many hours in a day. There's only so many people that I can see. And we're evolving. We're definitely evolving and growing and expanding. And I'm very much channeling that, okay, when you do run a product-based business, you do earn money in your sleep. When you run a service-based business, it is up to you to show up in front of the client or in front of the laptop, in front of the computer. But what other services can I draw upon that I can use?
It's almost automate stuff for them.
Yeah, like still give value to these women without me having to physically be there. But with Bear, I mean, you'll know, with product-based business, I make everything in-house. I don't, but everything's made in-house. There's only 5 ingredients in every product. So you've got that kind of catch-22 of, do I outsource production and risk quality slipping, or do I keep it in-house, but then my overheads are going to be higher because I'm going to have some sort of fulfillment factory, something or other, to make the product.
Do you want me to tell you what I would do?
Go on.
100,000,000% outsource the production.
Really?
Yeah, because how are you going to scale?
Exactly.
You can't scale. So you're already bottlenecking yourself, your own business.
Yeah.
I think the quality will go up.
Do you think?
1,000%. 1,000%. I know where the labs that I get my products made at. And I mean, it is, when people go, I only got 59 pills in my packet, I'm like, it's actually impossible for that to happen because we use lasers to do everything. It's done in a pharmaceutical clean room where the air is changed every 20 minutes, so there can be no contamination of everything. Now, wherever you're making yours, it will not have that facility on site.
No.
That gives consumers a bit more like trust in the brand as well.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm telling you now, you just haven't found the right partner.
I think so. I think that's what it is. I think that I've been looking around and thinking, okay, I'm passionate about Bear because it's my first baby. But that love for it can kind of, when you are, oh my goodness, where am I going to look? Where am I going to find it? And you feel like you're going around in circles, it can feel, I said something the other day, I said, business can be incredibly boring. It's not all exciting. And I think the reason why I like the consultancy side of things is because it is the excitement. It's like other businesses growing. So I'm right in the thick of it with them. And then
Who do you go to for consultancy?
My mum. My mum.
So to build Bear,
Yeah.
who are you speaking to who has done it before? So you know what you know, and you're then telling people who are not where you are. But for you to grow, you need to talk to somebody who's a lot further on than you to grow.
Yeah, and you know what? I have been looking for a coach / mentor. I had one when I first started. I had one, and another reason I got into consultancy was because all he asked of me was pay it forwards, because at that time I literally had no money.
Yeah.
So he gave me heavily discounted sessions, and I was like, how am I going to repay you? And he was like, just pay it forwards. Pay it forwards when you can, when you're in a position to give someone else knowledge, pay it forwards. But now, I mean, the coaching landscape is so saturated.
Oh, God.
And you just...
I just ignore most. I think you are literally... I don't even profess to be a coach, but I know I could run rings around you, mate.
Exactly. It's like, who is going to tell me what I don't already know? And I'm trying to find that person that I don't mind paying and investing in myself. That doesn't bother me. But it's finding someone that I'm not going to sit in front of and be like, I've done that and I've tried that.
You want someone who has built a brand. You know,
Exactly.
whoever you look at for inspiration, brand-wise, go and hunt out the person who helped build that business. What's your ambition? First of all, I would sit down and what's the ambition? I want to, whatever the revenue is today, well, I don't know, by the next 12 months, I want to have doubled it, tripled it. Okay, so how do I do that? And it's 100,000,000% start with production.
Yeah.
Start with production. Do not toe dip. If you I don't know how many you're producing every month. How many products do you produce every month? Thousands. Okay. So, yeah, you could then go to a factory and say, I want 10,000.
Exactly.
Split between these SKUs. This is how we make it. I want to keep it to this. And then they will tell you, they might even improve the formula.
Exactly.
They might even, but I'm telling you, it will be regimented, every single one perfect. Honestly, I'm telling you, that is like the biggest.
You've seen it from experience.
1,000%. 1,000%. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Yeah. So I would definitely go and I've even got someone you could do who's a factory.
Really?
Who formulates, yeah.
Well, definitely.
I'm not even into skincare, but
contact detail from you.
There's another girl who she's one of my really good friends, and she's always taught for this to the day I've met her, which must have been about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago now. She's always been talking about doing her own skincare products. And I'm like,
oh, really?
Come on, it's 5 years
Get
now.
done.
And I'm literally like, so I sit there and go, there you go, bang, ring them now. I'm like a bull in a china shop, though.
You have to be.
Nobody would want me as a consultant, because I would be like, have you done it? Why aren't you ringing them now then? Because I've just told you to do it, ring it now. And they'd be, oh, no, no, do it now. Move and move quick.
But some people need that accountability, right?
Yeah.
Some people really need that, where I've got clients who are, that in my eyes, you're doing fantastically. You're doing really well.
Yeah.
But it's that accountability to be on them to do the things that they don't want to do, right? Like some people don't like showing up online. It's not a choice nowadays. It's not a choice. You got to do something.
Yeah.
Pick a
How
channel.
are you going to bring customers to you? If you're in a service-based business like a spa or a nail tech or I don't know, whatever, skin therapist, you've got to be out there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, completely. But yeah, I think that's a smart move. But there's going to be a tipping point. You can't do both.
Well,
and if you want Bear to succeed, consultancy might have to go down, I think. Or do you go that way? Which way are you leaning?
I'm leaning more into the consultancy. And it's so funny. I was talking to my accountant, who's been my accountant for years. And he has watched the journey and the evolution of Bear. He's watched the evolution of me, right? I've known him since I was dancing. And he was like, that's your bag. That is your bag. That is what you're exceptionally good at. that is what you need to be channeling your energy into. And I'm like, oh, no, but I honestly think that what gives me a sense of purpose, yeah, you can chase the money and whatnot, but what gives me purpose is working with female-led brands. I just love it. I will work until 10, 11 o'clock at night. Like, I don't care because
that's what gets you out of bed.
Yeah, it fuels me, really fuels me.
I've got another friend like you. I feel like we know her together. You might know her.
Maybe.
Jess Cunningham.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Jess? I feel like we're in a WhatsApp group together. I don't know. Because I don't know. I just had this flashback. I don't know. But she's very similar. She's really similar. She's just always, I mean, she's smashing it with belief coding and stuff. But that's essentially what this is. This is essentially exactly what you're doing.
Exactly.
It's just branded in a slightly different way. You're giving people the confidence, the kind of, I'm with you, like the shoulder to cry on, almost like bounce ideas around with. And it's that, isn't it? But also like practical advice. I mean, I know a lot of ditherers. I sit on the phone, and Kelly's a testament to this. She sits there and goes, I don't know why you're bothering. And I'll sit there for hours in a day going, what about this? What about this? This idea, this. And she went, what a waste of your time that was, because that person will never do any of that. And I was like, but at least I've done what I can.
Exactly.
I've done what I can. It's not, I can lead the horse to water. So
you can't make them drink.
Go and drink it.
Yeah. But also, you know, I find that a lot of the women that I work with, when you are in the thick of your business, sometimes you can't see the glaringly obvious.
Yeah.
You can't see like, oh,
you're
if
in the weeds. Yeah.
Yeah. If you just tweak that, or if you pulled that and put that. Oh my goodness, Georgia! Like, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, because you're in the thick of it. Like you've almost got your goggles on, right? It's a bit murky, but I love it. Fuels me.
No, I think I can tell a mile away out of the two that is the one you were going to pick.
1,000%, 1,000%. And I just think that, you know, when you've took someone, which I have, from being on universal credit, single mum, like struggling, to, oh my goodness, like I've got a business that's generating revenue. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's like priceless.
That's so much value for you. And that means more to you than I totally get it.
Absolutely. From where I'm coming from, being able to pour back into others. Yeah.
Definitely. So what's like your, I don't know, key demographic? Are they like single women? You know, does it remind you of your own upbringing and that's why you've like feeling like you want to help them, or they're just small businesses, or somebody who wants to start a business? What's your kind of your main group?
Honestly, anyone who's service-based. I have a couple of product-based businesses and I've worked with product-based businesses, but what I find is that consultancy for a product-based business is very different. Very, very different. You've got lots of other things, even legality to think of before. Do you know what I mean?
Georgia, fucking hell.
You know.
If you could see what I am dealing with right now, my God, I feel like hanging myself some days. Honest to God, I'm like,
it does.
Yeah.
It does.
I hate it some days. But yeah, no, there is a lot of legalities.
A lot more. So service-based businesses, not all of them are single. Not all of them are like financially strapped. Some of them have got the disposable income.
Yeah.
Some of them are making like 20, 30K a month, right? But they're like, Georgia, I had one client who she did in-person masterclasses and wanted to move everything online, but was really scared because she was thinking, well, what if people want to see me face-to-face? Flipped a business model. She's making the money and more from online, right? So it's all dependent on like where the business owners are. Some people are starting out, who I like working with. I like working with people who are in that messy middle. I'm making money, I'm overwhelmed, don't know what to do next.
Yeah, you can see efficiencies or inefficiencies, try and organise their cluttered brains.
Yes.
And you can probably see it clearer.
Yeah.
Because they're not like in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do, like I said, it does bring me purpose to work with the single mums.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it does, because I've seen my mum graft and build something incredible. And I think that again, pouring back into others and paying it forwards.
So you must see a trend across all your clients, basically, of like, what are the biggest challenges they're facing?
The online landscape.
Right.
Showing up online.
So they're underconfident.
Yeah, or they do
Or they're
show up
like no good at like editing or what. I mean, it can even be as
Bit of a
rubbish
mix.
as that.
Yeah, showing up inauthentically. So showing up as they think people want to see them.
Right.
Not knowing how to show up, having paralysis over putting their face online. That's one big main one. Another one is like systems and operations. So once they start making money, it's like, how do you retain it? Okay, so you're making money, but it's all going back out. Like, why are you spending so much? You don't need to be spending that much money. So operations and systems, online. And then what else? It's like a common trend amongst clients. Having too many offerings. So not knowing exactly who you're speaking to, exactly who your target client is, your target customer, and just putting out a bunch of stuff because you think, oh, it's going to make money, but it doesn't resonate with your values or ring true to you, who you are. That's another very key one that I see, that when I look at someone's product suite, I'm like, why have we got all these things? You don't need all of them. Strip it back. When a customer has too much choice, they get confusion, they're out the door. They're not going to spend with you. You need to make it crystal clear for them. This is for you. This is not for you, you know?
Yeah.
But sometimes when you build a business based upon financial challenges, you then start to scramble and think, well, and I've done it. Where can I make money? How many products can I bring out that's going to bring me in more money? Well, no, now you're just confusing your customer, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you need to have that clear understanding of who it is, who they're servicing, why they should book with them or whatever the business is.
Yeah.
Do you find there's a lot of people who are coaching? Do you coach coaches?
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that come to me actually and they say, oh, Georgia, I want to be a business coach. And then I say, have you run a business? And they go, no. And then
Has it been a successful business?
Yeah.
Not everyone can run a business. You know, if they've popped the company after 12 months, that doesn't mean you're good at business.
Exactly. So I say to them, well,
no.
maybe not.
I'd just be like, no, sorry.
Maybe not. Maybe you should look into doing something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do coach coaches, and some fantastic coaches actually at that. Like they're brilliant. But a lot of coaches, they hit this mark, this like revenue mark, and they can't get past that. And like I was saying to you before, like diversifying your income within the business, like thinking about, okay, what different streams, what different services can I offer that's going to serve the needs of the client or customer, but I don't need to physically be there. And a lot of coaches, they get burnt out because
I feel like then if they're like hitting a ceiling with what they can offer, then it needs to be back on them. How are they developing? What are they doing to test themselves? How are you growing?
Yeah.
What risk have you taken? Exactly. Don't just sit back and write another course that ChatGPT has done.
Exactly.
My God. Go and actually put your balls on the line, put your neck on the line, and go and risk all the money you've just made out of coaching. Go and fucking risk it on something that would make me go, wow. At least they fucking had the balls to do that, because that's a coach I'm now going to listen to.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, if you sat there and like never done anything, I mean, I'm just like where I want to be. And again, I get loads of people saying, "Oh, I can help you do this, can help you do that." Again, consultancy, like at different levels, and I'm a bit like, "Yeah, can you show me like your credentials? Can you show me like £1 million cash in your bank? If you can't show me that, I'm actually not interested." And I feel that is a great question to any coach. There's a guy online who I'm thinking of who particularly irritates me. And he goes on and he's literally just there with his fucking AP watch and his Rolex and his like supercars and all the rest of it. And he has bullshitted his way into like having like a successful business. But I'm a bit like, okay, if I'm going to sign up to the course with that's like maybe 25 grand or whatever it might be, crazy amounts of money.
Wow.
Can you show me your bank balance, please? Can you show me your bank balance?
Yeah.
Show me your company's house account.
You
show me the businesses that you've turned over, like the turnover. That's a fucking genuine question if you want a genuine client. And guess what? I would imagine that they wouldn't.
No, of
They'd
course.
go,
I wouldn't.
I don't need to prove myself to you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can just
Yeah.
imagine. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what would happen. Well,
Yeah.
guess what?
You can't lie your way into. For me, if you're taking money off somebody to help them do something like, and you know the value of £1, right? So you know where I'm coming from. I am not going to take money off you if I can't help you do what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
And I think that what a lot of coaches do is that they overpromise and underdeliver. So, I can turn you into a 6-figure business overnight.
Yeah.
No, you can't. I know you can't. And I always say to people like, stay clear of anybody who guarantees you an ROI. Like, you can't guarantee anybody anything. You can have the best PT in the world, right?
The work's on you. He's just standing next to you while you do the work.
Exactly. If you're going to the PT sessions, breaking a sweat, and then on the way home,
Eating a cake. Yeah.
grabbing a McDonald's, it's not about the PT, it's about you. And that's any coach who says, I can guarantee you 6 figures, or I can guarantee you make your systems and your framework might be absolutely rock solid. But if that person that you're working with is like, wishy-washy in and out, you're not gonna get a return. You're not.
Do you think, because this is my argument as well, like with, what's the guy called? Tony Robbins, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay. So Tony Robbins, great. And he's like a force of nature.
Uh-huh.
He's so big personality, he can, oh my God, if he was ultimate hype guy, ultimate. If he was in here now, we'd be like, yes, Tony, whatever, yeah? Literally follow him, falling off a cliff, whatever Tony says, yeah. But not everyone who turns up to his events can be Tony Robbins.
No. And
I'm a bit
true.
like, yeah, all right, Dave from accounts. You ain't ever going to be Tony Robbins, though. Can we all get in the real world? But then my friend was arguing with me. He was like, yeah, but that's what Tony makes you believe. It's that belief that anyone can do it. I'm like, I truly don't believe they can.
No,
like, the guy he's an outlier, force of nature. I don't know. What do you feel?
I think that everybody's put on this earth for a reason, right? And everybody has their bag of skills that are innate in them. Like, you don't need to learn anything, right? So confidence is something that's just innate in me. It's in there. Can I teach someone to be confident? Yeah, but are you going to have the same level of confidence that I do? Maybe not, because that's just a skill that I was born with. So I agree with you. I don't think everyone can be Tony Robbins. I don't think everyone can be Mel Robbins. Like, you just can't.
Exactly.
You just can't. And you've got to be very realistic when you're coaching someone. So I ask very clear questions at the start. Whenever a discovery call, it's like, okay, so what's important to you? Time freedom, financial freedom, location freedom. Because I get a lot of people who say to me, Georgia, I want to make crazy amounts of money. And I'm like, okay, well, are you ready to put in crazy amount of hours? Oh, well, no, I don't have that. Well, then how are you going to, you can't, it just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work. If you want to achieve the extraordinary, you have to be willing to do the extraordinary.
The other thing is that I'm seeing as well with these coaches is like, ChatGPT is literally the best coach ever. Like, I sit there sometimes and I'm like, putting stuff in and I'm like, wow, it's amazing. It's so good, isn't it? And I'm like, and I feel like AI is going to really help us, but it will get rid of, like, I don't know, the ones who aren't putting in that work. Do you know what I mean? You have this energy, a bit like Jess Cunningham, a bit like Tony Robbins. You walk into a room, you feel it. You make me feel good about myself. You could go, you know what I mean? You've got that energy. And you're like, if ever I'm having a shit day, like really shit day.
Georgia!
Yeah, genuinely. Like, you would be definitely in my phone book as one of those people. But Jess Cunningham is also another one. I can just, and then literally the voice notes I get back from her and I instantly feel better talking to her. Yeah. Now that I cannot get from the computer. And it's that I'd be willing to tune in and pay for, right? But I feel like AI will just wipe out the ordinary, like, the ones who aren't doing the work, do you know what I mean? The ones that are just like trying to steal a living, basically. Yeah,
I also think that there has to be some sort of regulation.
That's that human element that I'm looking for. It's that, it's like, you know what I mean? Well, I can't do it. She's like, oh my God, Lisa, don't think like that. You know what I mean? You got to do this, you got to do that, you know what I mean? And it's just that hype squad that sometimes I don't want anything else from anybody but that. But just a
No, that's
bit of
what you
a
need.
confidence nudge.
Yeah, that's
you
what you
know?
need. That's what you need. And I've had women who will sit in front of me or on Zoom and cry. And
Yeah.
I'm like, let it out, girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Once it's done, we're done. We're going to get back to it.
Yeah.
You
Almost
know?
like a business coach or a therapist. But
That's what they call
like
me.
a therapist. Yeah. Like a therapist that gives you actionable plans and doesn't just want to dwell on bad shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you made the mistake or you lost the money or you made a bad
let's
investment.
move
Move on. We're not going to sit here for an hour and talk about it. Like, you've told me, okay, what was the lesson you learned from it? Let's move on and do something productive.
Yeah, I think definitely taking lessons away from the bad shit that happens is...
Yeah.
It makes you make peace with the bad things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I say that to my partner all the time. He's going through a bad time at the moment and in business. And he was just like, I was like, but look at the experience you've got.
Exactly.
If nothing else.
And you know
I mean?
that the next time you do something that is going to require those skills, you'll look back and go, not going to go down there because that didn't end well, you know?
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, exactly. So I feel that with AI, it will get rid of those generic people. But if those people who are genuinely, I don't know, I'm like on the miserable end of the scale in terms of spectrum. If I get bad news, it hits me hard. I'm miserable. I'm down in the dumps and everything. And I need people like you, Jess, Tony Robbins, although I haven't got... in my circle for those moments, do you know what I mean? That aren't going to like exaggerate the problem, but are going to really be just get you out of that mood.
Yeah.
That's what I think going forward with the invention of AI, people are going to need.
Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%. I think that AI is such a brilliant tool. And like you said, it will weed out the shit, basically. It will weed out the people that...
The generic,
just
lazy.
delivering.
Yeah.
I can find that on YouTube, you know, and not actually... I always say to the women I work with, if I tell you to do something and it doesn't resonate, tell me, don't do it, right? If you, I mean, I've had someone recently who is moving from, she runs a dance school and she's moving from like day passes to like a membership model. And she's like, I don't know, I don't think so. And I said to her, you don't know because you're scared, or you don't know because you know you're consumer and you know they're not going to buy it. Well, I don't know because I'm scared. Well, then we're doing it. Well, then we're still
You'll figure
doing
it out along the way. Yeah.
We're still doing it, right? Yeah. If you said, I don't know because you know your target consumer and you know, actually, I don't think they want this. I think they want that flexibility to book when they want. That's a different thing. We can talk about that. But I don't know because I'm scared. Jump head first. We're doing it.
Exactly. We'll figure it out. Just make it exist, then make it perfect.
Exactly.
Okay, so I feel like that's your skill set, your hype squad. I've got to the bottom of it. You are like the ultimate hype girl that you want in your corner, definitely. And you do come along with practical, actionable advice.
Yeah.
So I think you strike that balance between both, really, which is brilliant because you've got that like mindset and motivation and business acumen there. Okay, so I wanted to move on to something that's a bit more sensitive that we were talking about before we came on the podcast. I do have to say that your beautiful hearing aids look like the most coolest earrings ever. And they look like almost like gold. Yeah, so tell me about what happened.
So, wow, okay. And this is the first time I'm actually properly speaking about it. So I'm like, I hope I don't get upset.
It's all right if you do. It is an upsetting thing.
Yeah, it is. So, beginning of the year, really struggling with my hearing. At first, it was almost like I've got water. You know when you feel a bit underwater, I've got a bit of water in my ear, or maybe like earwax buildup or something, and probably just needs to go and get my ears drained. Kept ignoring it. And my husband was finding that I was going, what are you saying? Like, I can't hear you. He's thinking I'm talking at a reasonable level. Anyway, it got to a point where we have a buzzer in our house and people were pressing the buzzer and Ted, my husband, would be like, did you not hear that? I'm like, hear what? So, did you not hear the buzz? No. And that's when I started to get worried. And my friends were noticing, my mum was noticing, and I was just starting to think, what is going on? Like, it was getting worse and worse and worse, to the point where I'd have, in like a loud environment, I'd have someone sat next to me and I wouldn't be able to hear them. So I went to the audiologist and had a hearing test. And the lady was like, you've got mild to moderate hearing loss, like you're partially deaf in both ears. And I was like, what? She said, like, we can't really do anything more for you. We're going to have to refer you to the hospital. I was like, I think in that moment, I was just like, I thought I just needed my ears drained. Like, I thought, you're just going to drain my ears. What do you mean I'm partially deaf? Like, what does that even mean? So I got referred to the hospital and they ran another hearing test, but a more in-depth hearing test, because apparently your hearing can like fluctuate.
Right.
And came back again, very similar. And they said, we need to do a brain scan. Now, again, what? All that I was thinking was my job. When I want to have kids, are they going to be deaf? Like, my life, like, I wasn't even thinking about the hearing aids at this point. I was just thinking, what am I actually going to do if this is something that will get worse or progress or whatnot? So went to have the MRI scan on my brain. And the first thing, I was saying this to you before, the first thing that they think is brain tumour. That's the first thing that goes through anyone's mind when you've had unexplained hearing loss. And had the brain scan, and that came back fine, thank God. And it's very fresh. I'm still got tests ongoing. I have to have cameras put up my nose to check for fluids that could be sitting in my nasal passage or in my ears. And I'm also being tested for an autoimmune disease. And I think that it's really made me stop and think, because health is something that I didn't really think about. Like, I took it massively
I think
for
we all
granted.
do, don't we?
Oh my God. Until something
happens, of course.
Exactly. I took it massively for granted. And, you know, I got my hearing aids. I still am struggling with wearing them every day. Sometimes I don't want to put them in. Sometimes I just don't want to wear them. And I'll meet up for lunch with my mum and she's talking to me and I'm going, pardon. And she's like, put your hearing aids in. I'm thinking, I don't want to wear them. And it's not I don't want to wear them because I think there's something wrong with them. They feel alien. Like, in my ears now, I can feel them. And it's just like an additional part of your body. It's like wearing glasses, but glasses I feel like have that fashion statement element to it. You can make your glasses quite quirky and match your style. With hearing aids,
Maybe that's your business. Maybe that's your real business
Wow.
idea. I'm
Alyssa.
telling you now, from where I'm sitting, right? I can't tell from here because the lights are quite bright whether that is like brass or plastic.
Really?
Yeah. So I honestly thought that was like a bar of an earring. You know, you can get like really cool jewelry at the moment, and everyone's doing these like ear cuff stacks kind of things.
Yeah.
So, like, why not have like a little gold bar, but almost has the wire traveling inside it? And I feel that is your multi-million-pound business.
Wow. It's so interesting that you say that.
That is one for Dragons Den as well.
Nah.
Can I just say that you can credit me? Like, at the first I was on this podcast with Alyssa and she gave me the confidence to go through with the idea.
I have thought about it because when I got them, you know, hearing aids are associated with like the elderly and they shouldn't be because there's so many people who wear hearing aids. But when I first got them, I was like, oh my God, people are going to look at me differently. Like, I even said to myself, will people want to work with me? Like, will people want to work with someone who can't hear them? Like, and saying to you, I was on a Zoom the other day and my client was on holiday in St. Lucia. She'd just woken up, signal was awful and couldn't hear her. I was thinking, oh my God, can't hear you. Had to put the captions on. And even that, you know, that human to human connection, that coaching properly needs. I value that so much, but I'm screens here and I'm reading the captions at the bottom and I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
this just doesn't feel like me. It's not feeling very nice. But it's a fact of life, and some people lose worse than their hearing, right? And it's something that I'm definitely getting used to.
Is it something you think is going to progressively get worse over time, or do they not know at this stage?
They don't know, but I mean, when I had my hearing test, they said that hearing does get worse with age, right? So I think that's what concerns me. It also I feel like when I first found out I had a bit of an identity crisis. It's like, I don't know who I am anymore. Like, attaching the word disabled to Georgia Jasmine is like, oh.
Yeah.
But I had to realize that everybody has their cross to bear. Everybody, right? And everybody will go through something in life that makes them feel like they can no longer carry on how they were before. And I think, well, I know at this present moment, this is mine, because I have to tell myself every day, even when I'm speaking to Emily, my assistant, and I haven't got them in. She's talking to me. She's probably about this far. Haven't got them in because I don't want to wear them.
Yeah.
And she is telling me something important, and I'm going, pardon. And she wheels a chair over to my desk. And she's like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, she's like, just wear them, Georgia. It's not, doesn't make you any less.
No.
And I would tell, if it was you, and you were like, oh, Georgia, I would be like, don't be so ridiculous. Like,
I genuinely can't even see it. Apart from that tiny shine, which I think can look like an earring from here. I've got the shittest eyesight ever anyway. So I don't even wear contact lenses I know what you're like, right? I don't even wear contact lenses. It's not the same thing, but that are strong enough for me to see properly, because I'm like, no, I'm not going worse. I am not going worse than my current prescription. I refuse to believe my eyes are getting worse. So my opticians are just like, well, just struggle then. So I can only, and I'm still, I might have my lenses in and I'm trying to look at the, TV guide, and I'm like that. But I refuse to get a stronger, because I do get it, and it's absolutely not on the same, path at all, but I do understand where you're coming from. But I truly believe that this is going to be an absolute pivotal moment in your life. Like, you're going to take something that on the outset is such a negative that's happened, and you're going to spin it into something incredible and positive. I've heard these stories loads of times. I've been a judge on the Eva Awards before.
Oh, yeah.
And, there was ladies there who, I think one of them had lost a leg or something like that.
Wow.
And she'd came out with like really cool, comfortable crutches. Right?
I think I've seen that brand. Are they like they're
just a bit
funky?
More, yeah, and they're just like ergonomic designs that feel better and all the rest of it. There's loads of other things that she's spinned into. There's a lot of women who've had breast cancer who've then, they've had like their breasts removed, and then they've turned that into product-based businesses that are going to help this section of society. And I feel like this is you. This is it. You have the mindset. You have the motivation. You have the business acumen. And my God, if you don't know something, you have a network and a phone book of people that you can ring to go and ask.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And I feel like not only that, you will be customer number one. Make a product that you want yourself.
But then, and this is, I mean, if we're going a bit into like bouncing ideas, coaching, mentoring. But then, if I make the brand about myself, we fall back into that same issue of it's Georgia.
No, you don't. Trust me. Because yes, you get it to get off the ground.
Yeah.
That's it. You are the brand. You're your customer number one. But it becomes bigger than you. Yeah. Because you then, I feel like it definitely will become bigger than you. You know what I mean? Because you would have them for men, women, children, whatever.
Exactly. I have a client of mine whose daughter wears hearing aids, and she was sharing with me. She was like, Georgia, she just cries. Every time she looks in the mirror, she cries. She's only 12 or 13. And I just thought, like, I mean, you can get the ones that just go inside your ear, but they completely cover like your
Entire
ear canal.
ear, yeah.
So it feels like a plug.
Yeah.
These, you can feel them inside, but they sit more comfortable after trying a few.
I mean, who's going to be more interested than you going on this journey of self-discovery, but not only that, but trying to bring out a really valid, practical solution for people who are also suffering the same issues? I would actually find it a pleasure to go out and interview experts, go and speak to like professors and experts in the field and audiologists and whoever else. And then, working with a great team to put you together a prototype or whatever, and then make it a bit more funky and fashionable or whatever the USP of it might be. But there's a clear, strong idea there that absolutely could work. And I'm telling you now.
You're trying to give me more work, Alyssa.
I'm telling you, I feel that like that could take over.
Yeah.
And I know you get loads of value out of doing the consultancy and all the rest of it, but I think you would get just as much value of seeing a product that you created, being worn by women everywhere, men everywhere, children everywhere, that you've put your heart, soul into. Yeah. And that is really radically giving them a bit more quality of life because you know how they feel because you're going through it yourself.
Yes. And you know what? Going back to Bear, skincare, great.
Saturated market.
Yeah, everybody loves great skin, but great, right? And I think you can tell I am very purpose-driven. Like if something isn't giving me purpose or it's not giving like exceptional value, I kind of feel like, what's the point? This is purpose-driven.
1,000%.
Like the struggle of getting your hearing aids and putting them in and I have to wear them in the cinema. Me and my husband went to Everyman the other day to watch Freaky Friday. And sat down, we'd ordered our food, and I was looking around in my bag. I was like, my hearing aids. I haven't got my hearing aids. And it all sounds muffled. It sounds like I really have to concentrate and like lip read. It's little things like that. Or whistling. Whistling is something now I can't listen to. It's when I've got my hearing aids and it sounds like it's directly in my ear. Or echoes, any room that echoes. It's just, I honestly think, yes, it is something that I am going to do. I have thought about it. I have thought about like jewelry or even when I was looking for hearing aids. So obviously this part here is like clear plastic. And the lady, the audiologist, was saying if you're fairer skinned, you can't see it at all because obviously it's sheer, it blends. Obviously you're darker skinned and I have short hair.
Yeah.
So you can see it. So I was like, well, is there not anything?
Exactly.
Is there not anything for? And she was like, no.
This is your Dragon Den pitch right there. Well, I was trying to find hearing aids. There was none in my skin tone. There was none that I liked. They all looked ugly. And so I created this business. Can I tell you how many deaf people there are in the UK? Can I tell you how many there are in America and Australia and across the world? There's this is the demographic and they all need serving. And I'm going to be the one to do it.
Yeah. No, you're right. You definitely... You can see my costume.
Yeah, no, you can. Right, so before I invest, I always like to do a bit of a quick fire closing round.
Okay.
So what's like your go-to morning ritual when you're feeling overwhelmed?
Successful day list. Spoke about this the other day. I was on a panel for Superdrug and I got asked a similar question. Successful day list. So when we're overwhelmed, the first thing we go to do is write a to-do list, right? And normally that to-do list is the length of our arm because we're just word vomiting everything that's in our brains onto the paper. Successful day lists it forces you to think about what is actually going to make this day a success. Like, okay, Georgia, you're overwhelmed. You've got this, and this to do. But what's the needle moving activities that need to happen today that are going to make when you hit the pillow tonight feel as if it has been a productive day? So successful day list. And I don't put more than like 5 or 6 things on there because I know there's 5 or 6 things I can get done. You feel like such a failure if you write down 50 things on your to-do list and you tick off 2.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're absolutely right. And also, I'm just knee deep in garbage at the moment, so I'm not doing anything that's turning the needle because I'm just fighting fires. That's the problem at the moment. But yeah, what's one piece of business advice you'd give a younger self?
Oh God, I'm trying to pick a good one. Fail fast. Fail fast and don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed to fail. Yeah, don't be embarrassed to fail and fail fast, because the quicker you fail, the quicker you can iterate and learn. Okay, that didn't work. I'm going to change. I'm going to do this differently, etc., etc. And don't care what other people have to say about you. People are not going to like you. You don't like everyone. So what is the expectation that everybody's going to like you? It's perfectly normal and it's perfectly fine. But if you get hung up and caught up in what other people think of you, you won't move. You won't take action.
Definitely. It's a very good one. It's hard not to care sometimes, isn't it? Especially if they directly tell you.
Oh, yeah.
It's very difficult to turn around and go, fuck off, without that piece of information living rent-free in your head constantly.
Yeah, it is hard. And do you know what? Some people don't like me, and that's fine. I don't care.
I don't like many people either. Okay, favourite way to decompress?
The spa. Now, you know what's so funny? When I was younger, my mum used to take me to spas all the time. I used to think, what is this? This is so boring. I couldn't think of anything worse than sitting there in silence. Now, get me to a spa. Honestly, get me to a spa where I can just turn off, read a good book. I think it's also important to take like breaks. And I appreciate that it's not financially feasible for everybody to go overseas. But making sure that you take time away from where you call like home or like where you work. So if it's Manchester, taking time away from Manchester, it might be going to the lakes or going to like a lovely cottage somewhere. It doesn't have to be abroad, but really budgeting that in, because it makes all the difference. It really does.
I went away for 4 days recently. No kids, just me and my partner, and I was just really in the thick of it, and I can't tell you how much I needed that. I can't, honestly, actually the first time I thought, I've actually relaxed, because when the kids are there, I'm not relaxing. No way, I've got a toddler and she's just crazy. So I just can't relax. I'm always on edge and I'm always irked and just everything. But that was the first time I thought, I don't do anything. I don't want to do anything. I just want to chill. You know, I can't be arsed going sightseeing, nothing for the first time in probably, nearly 3 years. So I really needed that. And I actually came back relaxed, which was amazing. So yeah. And I agree with you about the spa day. I'm always like, should we do a team building spa day, guys? It does my head in that like men go and do charity golf days because they can offset it against their tax. And I'm a bit like, can I do a charity spa day?
Yeah. Honestly,
what I mean?
the spa, there's a gorgeous one in Cheshire. The Manor House. Have you been there?
No.
Oh, you must
I've been
go.
to Matcham Hall.
Okay, gorgeous as well.
Yeah.
Manor House is absolutely
Is it? I've not even
stunning.
heard of it. Whereabouts is
my
it?
husband took me there. I didn't know about it. And my husband's not even from here. He's from New York. So I was thinking, how have you heard of this and I haven't?
Google.
Yeah, the Manor House Spa.
Manor House, Manchester?
Yeah.
Or is it Cheshire?
It's in Cheshire. It's in...
they do weddings there. Alsager.
Yes.
The social spa.
Oh, it's
unwind your
gorgeous.
way. It does look nice, actually. Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, really nice.
It's stunning. Honestly, like, would highly recommend.
Yeah. I've been to a couple recently. There's one in Burnley that I really enjoyed called the Crowwood. Been there a couple of times. It's quite nice. It's new. We just spent £17 million on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have to go there.
Yeah, book it in.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Georgia, for coming in. I've really enjoyed today's chat. I hope you have too.
Yeah, I have. Honestly, thank you for having me.
No, it's been brilliant. Thank you so much.